But you also went on to win a gold medal at Commonwealth Games.
I got 4 gold medals in my category.
Was there ever a moment Welcome to Tales, Teachings and Beyond. Today we have a very special guest with us, Miss Ginny Gogia Chugh. From being an English teacher to a Commonwealth gold medalist, she didn't just break the mold, she shattered it. She picked up her first barbell at an age when most are told to slow down. She became a force to reckon with in the fitness world. She has graced magazine covers, lifted beyond limits, and inspired thousands, especially women who have been told it's too late to start now. Today, we uncover her jaw-dropping transformation, the pain behind the power, and the wisdom behind those weights. If you think it's too late to reinvent yourself, this episode is going to change your mind. Please welcome the unstoppable queen of strength and self-discovery, Ginny Gogia Chugh. So you were an English teacher once, and what was your experience?
So I had a very long and great and not so great experience. Of course, being an English teacher and being a hardcore follower of CIE, B.Ed and M.Ed under Dr. Geeta Sani, I was able to take up the subject in the most unconventional of ways and was thankfully supported by everybody in that. And my students literally had the best time and I had the best time with them. But, I'm still in touch with even the students from my first batch, which is like way 25 years back. But the sad part about teaching is that, it is... the truth about the teaching job is still not out. It is an extremely laborious job with no breaks at all. And apparently वो जो आज से 30 साल पहले गर्मियों की छुट्टियां और वो जो स्वेटर बुनने वाला कॉन्सेप्ट था उसको इतना मिसयूज किया गया है और उसका इतना मॉकरी किया गया है कि वो चीज मुझे ना तब अच्छी लगती थी ना अब अच्छी लगती है सुनना. बिकॉज if you ask me, the best multitasker in this world is a teacher. And most of the teachers make it very successfully in other profession. Why? Because they are so much capable and they have done so much of hard work in every field, whether it is logistics, whether it is planning, whether it is stage management, house duties. It prepares you to handle every aspect of life. That is why I feel it is one of the most laborious and the most underrated jobs, and this somehow used to irk me a lot. But of course, the classroom teaching and classroom interaction, teaching of the English subject, teaching of language and literature, the poetry, the lessons, it is fascinating. It is beautiful. It actually shapes your way towards life.
Thank you so much for saying all that, because believe me, people don't really believe that teachers work so hard. I mean, the general concept is that, they get this 2 months break and, they just work for half a day. They don't realize that, our day starts at 7 in the morning.
4:45.
Yes. And it's never ending. You are taking notebooks home for checking. You are taking papers home for checking. Even when we are moving out of station or going somewhere to enjoy, we have our school homework along with us.
कोई बात नहीं, सारा हौसला रखो तुम्हारा पॉडकास्ट हो जाएगा. Okay, so the thing is that even before the digital world where you have now 24/7 access, even at that time teaching was a profession where it was a never-ending profession, right? It's not only about the correction work or the classroom teaching, the events, the annual function, the different functions, the planning, the syllabus planning, the workshops. Like every profession, it is an extremely demanding profession. It has those number of hours, just that you start your day extremely early. It's like people say aapka half day hai, but we start when people are sleeping, right? I used to wake up at 4:45, leave the house at 6:30. Okay. So, and by the time you come back, by the time it's 5 o'clock, 12 hours you've already worked.
Yeah.
So it starts taking a toll on your body after a while. And I was unable to give any, time to my health and to my fitness.
So
at all.
do you remember the moment when you said, okay, that's it, no more, I can't take it anymore?
So, 2009, I lost my mom. So after that, I was going through a very tough time emotionally also. And I live in a joint family, and my daughter was also very small at that time. I fell sick. I had enteric fever, and the fever was, it was not being diagnosed what I was going through. So I had fever for about 45 days.
Oh my God.
And then I was hospitalized, where it was not able to diagnose what's wrong with her. And it was a time jab wo dengue and all बहुत prevalent हो गया था. So you can't give any other medicine, because you give if any wrong medicine in dengue, it can be fatal. So, and the reason for that, which was later on, that my immunity was so low that I was unable to, cope up. That is one point I remember, where I had, I was in the hospital for 7 days, and I still remember it was on the 7th day, and I was on the bed with, both of the bandages here and that IV. And that, that on TV, that one prayer was coming. Oh my God, I'll start crying. And, it was a serial, and everybody was just praying, and that, that kirtan was going on. And I just remember I got up from the bed, and my father was staying with me in the hospital. Okay. And I just stood in front of that TV, and I also started crying profusely and praying, and I just kept on praying कि भगवान जी मुझे ठीक कर दो, मैं अपनी हेल्थ का जरूर ध्यान रखूंगी, प्लीज मुझे ठीक कर दो, प्लीज मुझे ठीक कर दो. So that I now remember was one moment which I felt that yes, I will take care of my health. And that somewhere was instrumental. But that fitness will become my profession. It's completely destiny. It's completely predestined. I had no inclination of making a career in fitness. I just did not know what to do. I wanted to get into writing. I wanted to become an education writer or join as a lecturer in some or the other university. So that is why I did MEd and MBA. And I was trying for lecturership. And so that is one moment I say which I truly remember, and thank you for reminding that moment today. Yeah.
So you talk about this self-realization, but what did the people say when you told them that you are going to leave teaching and get into the fitness industry?
So as I've already mentioned, there was no such decision that I'm going to join the fitness industry. I quit teaching because I kind of just realized that, okay, let me explore different profession or something where I, could do something other than teaching also. But I was 36 years old at that time. And according to whomsoever I discussed, either I was getting mad or I was trying to change a profession at the time where women take VRS around 40, or that I was under an impression that I'm a 20-year-old woman, or I also would not be able to do anything at all. Okay. And I had accepted everything. All this A, B, C, D options were okay. But I was very clear.
You had to take a lot of bitchiness. Can I say it?
I won't call it bitchiness. See, people will only talk as per what their knowledge and what their experiences tell them. So if they were telling me that I will not get a job at 40, this is what their experience had taught them, right?
Yeah.
Nobody at that time knew that Instagram and LinkedIn and all these things would come and that you could start on your own. The professions that we see today, content creator, never existed so many years back. So I wanted to give that chance to myself, but I wanted to get full-time into writing. So I was already doing education writing at that time. I had authored a few course books for reference books for MA English with a small publication house. In fact, they encouraged me a lot to quit there and start education writing. And I was also trying for lecturership, but I couldn't clear the NET exam at that time. So I was trying for lecturership also, and I was trying to get into writing. And meanwhile, I also got some opportunity to anchor a lot of shows thanks to my experience of preparing students for anchoring on annual days and so many other things in the teaching profession. So that is when I thought that I will be able to do something or the other with my life. But I was very clear that I don't wish to continue the teaching profession.
Okay.
So, whatever opinions I got them from the people outside or around me, I honestly don't hold it against anybody, because what they said was, there was nothing wrong in what they said. It was a fact.
So let's leave the others. But was there ever a moment when you yourself felt that maybe I've made the biggest mistake of my life?
See, when you are leaving or quitting a confirmed job, secured job in a middle class family, you have to be really headstrong. कि हो सकता है कुछ भी ना हो सकता है वो भी दिन आए कि आपका कोई भी काम ना हो सकता है वो भी दिन आए कि आपके पास अर्निंग ना आए. तो वो अपने आप को मेंटली मैंने 2-3 साल दिए थे प्रिपेयर करने के लिए. तो 2011 से ही मैं प्रिपेयर करना शुरू कर दिया था अपने माइंड को कि मुझे टीचिंग जॉब छोड़नी है और टीचिंग प्रोफेशन को कंटिन्यू नहीं करना, वेदर इन द टर्म्स ऑफ एन अकेडमी और कोचिंग. आई डिड नॉट वांट टू. आई वाज वेरी क्लियर ऑन and I wanted to explore different professions. And वैसे मैं थॉट वाइज काफी ओल्ड स्कूल हूँ, बट मुझे लगता है कि ये सब जो मैन मेड थॉट्स है ना, कि आप जिस प्रोफेशन में आते हो उसी से रिटायर हो और वही करो, ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि आप एक ही चीज को 1 करोड़ बार करोगे तो आप उसमें परफेक्ट हो जाओगे. अब जब लोग बोलते हैं यू लिव ओनली वंस, तो फिर एक ही लाइफ दिया है ना, तो लोग बोलते हैं कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं है. पहले तुम टीचिंग कर रही थी, अब तुम फिटनेस कर रही हो, अब तुम कुछ और करना चाहती हो. मतलब अब चाहती हूँ तो हूँ. मतलब मुझे भी जब भगवान जी ने बनाया होगा, कुछ सोच के ही बनाया होगा कि ये शी वांट्स टू ट्राई और एक्सप्लोर डिफरेंट थिंग्स. बट यू हैव टू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ strength in your mind, because after one point of time आपको financially भी things इतने अजीब नहीं लगेंगे जितना आपको अपने mind को, as they say, the biggest culprit and the biggest weapon is your mind.
Yes.
So you have to be really, really strong that there will be low days, there will be times when there will be no work. But I had resigned thinking all that. So even now when there are days when I'm not doing so well or when I have my low days, I just remember that when you started, you had nothing.
I hope whatever you are saying reaches someone who needs to hear it, because it's very important. So many times I see that children, maybe middle-aged people, there are people in various stages of their life who kind of give up at the slightest hint of hardship. But you are a living example that, if you want to try something, you can definitely do it. Age is just a number. So you proved it right.
Okay.
So how did fitness as a profession begin?
All right. So I quit teaching. After I quit teaching, I was to join a magazine, and the magazine closed on the first day when I had to reach there. My school, in a school job, it's a 3 months notice period, and
I know I'm laughing about it, but it must have been very hard.
Yeah, I still remember the dress that I was wearing, and I had a bag in my hand, and I was like very happy कि आज से तो मैं school नहीं जाऊँगी, आज से तो मैं office जाऊँगी, and I reached there, and it was a office in CP, and I saw a notice board. On the notice board there was a paper written there, and मेरे जैसे और भी 5-6 लोग आंखों में उम्मीदें और सपने लेके वहां खड़े हुए थे. हर किसी के पीछे एक कहानी होती है, तो उनकी शायद कोई अपनी होगी. एंड कि आई एम गोइंग टू जॉइन देम एज अ राइटर, एंड इट वाज अ लाइफस्टाइल मैगजीन, एंड उस पे लिखा हुआ था द मैगजीन इज क्लोज फॉर पर्सनल रीजंस, नो क्वेश्चंस आंसर्ड. ओके, एंड वो इम्प्रिंट है आज भी मेरे माइंड में. एंड बट नाउ व्हेन आई लुक बैक, आई थिंक दैट वाज द message for me to change my destiny. But God had said that, okay. I came back to Shalimar Bagh, and where I stay, and I entered a gym. I just entered a gym. And then I kept on looking at people. I just sat there for 1 or 2 hours. I just kept on looking. And then in the evening, I used to take my daughter for Bharatnatyam and skating classes. So, then after dropping her, one class, I would sit with her. In the second class, where it was not allowed for parents to stand, I started coming to the gym. I did not even have a proper gym attire, and I just started working out, looking at people. वो 10 बारी lat pull down कर लिया, 10 बारी ये वाला डंबल कर लिया. बस मैं देखती रहती थी और मैं करती रहती थी, and that is when it kind of became an outlet, for me. Okay. So I would get ready in the morning, go to different publication houses in all over Delhi. Fix up an interview, Google, find out an interview, go and give a written exam there, get selected, and still then I just kept on going to the gym. And then on one such experience that somebody told the gym owner there that you ask this girl to who is this lady, because it reflected on my body very soon.
Okay.
And बहुत जल्दी change transformation दिखने लग गई थी. And so the gym owner, they told him that India में एक championship हो रही है, world championship हो रही है और उसके trials हैं, तो आप इस लड़की को बोलो कि ये apply करे. So I still remember जो आंसर उन्होंने दिया था, ये लड़की नहीं है, ये औरत है, इसका बच्चा है 5 साल का, ठीक है, ये 37 साल की है और इसको तुम कोई लड़की समझ रहे हो. तो he said कि अच्छा इसको बोलो अप्लाई करे. So there was a group which was already preparing for that. So I started working out. We started working out together, and that is how I was exactly 1 year from my last day at school. 9 December 2013 was my last day at school, and 9 December 2014 I was standing on world stage in a sports outfit amongst 37 countries and 500 athletes from all over the world.
My God.
So I will say life comes full circle. So bodybuilding has three, it was World Championship of WBPF, which is World Bodybuilding and Physique Sports Championship.
Okay.
So bodybuilding has 3 domains. You know, one is those big, huge people that whom you see.
Yes.
Second one is the very, very chiseled women who are in the figure athlete category. Third is a model physique category, in which you have to be slender, but of course with a very defined muscularity and a typical kind of posing and everything required. So I represented India through IBBF, which was the recognized federation with the government of India, with the Ministry of Sports. And that is when I will say that has been a life-changing moment. And, you know, after that, the federation was extremely proud of me, and they really encouraged me. And so many newspapers and magazines started interviewing me. And that is when I say that was a turning point in my life.
You were interviewed by Hindustan Times also?
Yes. So by God's grace, this happened in December. And that was one of the toughest phases for me. You know, that complete year, 2013 to 2014, well, I'll say was one of the toughest phases for me. Till 2015 mid, I will say a very, very bad and horrible time. But the December championship 2014 and then 2015 was the national championship. Okay. Again, and I became Miss Delhi also in 2015.
Wow.
And that time, all the interviews which happened, they all started publishing in March 2015. So, you know, HT Branch, Miss Veenu Singh, the writer with, editor with HT Branch, and The Telegraph and The Week magazine. Okay. So, you know, I was on the center stage with a 4-page story that she's a mother, she's a triple postgraduate, and she has been an education writer, and she has joined fitness. So it gave a lot of leverage to physique sports also. Yes. So I have much gratitude towards the federation, because they really pushed me in the interviews and they highlighted my profile. And I was, you know, overnight, it was like I just slept on nobody, and the next morning I was in every newspaper, every magazine. 23 newspapers and magazine published my story. They published about physique sports, and the only thing, when I thanked the federation, the only thing they told me was that now, as an educated woman, you should be writing immensely about propagating physique sports. And that is how I'll say that, you know, I remember one of my students calling me कि कल तक आप हमें newspaper से class में वो section A reading comprehension पढ़ाया करते थे, आज हम आपके बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं और हमारे को story दी जा रही है, a teacher to a bodybuilder. So ma'am, you have come a long way. So, you know, these are the things which really touch you, and I see that this is how it became my profession. So I started as a competing athlete. And then I became a brand ambassador with a sports nutrition brand, Optimum Nutrition, with Glanbia Performance Nutrition. And I became their Fit India brand ambassador.
Oh, lovely. I mean, that's such an achievement. But you also went on to win a gold medal at Commonwealth Games.
Yeah. So in 2016 also, I competed in physique. But in in 2017, I had changed my game from physique sports to powerlifting. By then, I had already become the editor of Fitness Guru magazine. It was a health and fitness magazine, and Touchwood, it was doing amazingly well at that time. And I was also writing articles for a lot of newspapers and magazines. Actually, the same magazines and newspapers which had interviewed me, they came back to me for articles. So, it's like I personally feel God has been kind that all this universe had paved this way for me. And I was writing, and my education, that is why I always say it to anybody and everybody, especially to youngsters, that do anything that you want to. Never ever compromise on your education, because the strength which education will give you, it is unparalleled. It is something that things will come and go. समय आपका अच्छा रहेगा, बहुत अच्छा नहीं रहेगा. आपकी एजुकेशन से जो आपको स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी ना, वो आपका साथ कभी भी नहीं छोड़ेगी.
I mean, once again, I would say, if the children are listening, because that is one thing that I'm facing nowadays, that, right from class 9th onwards, a lot of children go into, social media management, go into video editing, go into graphics designing. I know that it's a good thing to do it, but you should never compromise on your education.
Yeah.
So
have a substantial career, have a substantial education, even if you are becoming a content creator. Because you see, all these professions never existed. Post-COVID, we are in a different world altogether. Digitalization came and so many courses came, all these degrees and recognitions have come, which were earlier not there. Earlier, we had only newspapers and magazines, print media.
Yes.
So it is good to have that, but have substantial education.
Yeah.
That is something which will never fail you in your life. This is a strongest advice that I give to everybody, because I think I have been exemplary in that. So my education, and I'll say our love for literature, our love for books, that beautiful world of books helped us do all these things.
Absolutely.
So that is how this happened. And then 2017, I competed in the national. It was National Powerlifting Championship was happening at Jammu.
Okay.
So I competed at Master 1 level, which is when I had turned 40, and I competed at that time in 2017. So Master 1 category, M163 was my weight category. I got 4 gold medals in my category in Jammu in national championship. So that is the pre-qualifying for if you want to go for a Commonwealth championship. And like Wimbledon, or like, let's say, tennis and cricket have their own, they have their own Wimbledon, they have their own championships, IPL and all. So like powerlifting is not an Olympic sport. So you don't have, it's not a Commonwealth game. The Commonwealth Games which happen all over the world, it's not a part of that, because it's not an Olympic sport. Okay. It has its own Asia Championship, it has its own Commonwealth Championship, but it is recognized. IPF is a recognized federation with the world, and all the Commonwealth countries recognize it. So even Government of India recognizes it. So a lot of people around me got jobs, people who were from small town, 3-tier cities, they got a lot of land and government jobs because of that, those who had, won in that. So
you being a Delhiite missed out on that.
See, as I say, कोई नौकरी ढूंढ रहा था, कोई कुछ और ढूंढ रहा था, मैं शायद खुद को ढूंढ रही थी.
छोकरी ढूंढ रहा था.
मैं शायद खुद को ढूंढ रही थी. I remember one girl who was competing in a different category. She was in a senior level. I was at masters. So senior is below 40.
Okay.
So on the just 3-4 days before the championship, I remember there was a selection board which उसमें कुछ कम लोगों को उस कैटेगरी में रखना था. तो she said कि मुझे मेरे गांव से जमीन भी मिलनी है, मुझे सरकार से जमीन भी मिलनी है, और मुझे नौकरी भी मिलनी है. तो मेरे लिए ये कंपटीशन में पार्ट लेना नहीं, मेरे लिए जीतना भी बहुत जरूरी है. And when she won, I remember when we reached the airport, there were 150 people from her village with all those dhols and those garlands, and the minute she reached, उसके वो सारे गांव के लोगों ने उसको जी वो ढोल पे बिठा दिया, ऊपर उठा लिया, and it was like a huge welcome of the Indian team. Oh my God, that beautiful frenzy of competing and representing your country. That is amazing. Like आपने चक दे जैसे देखी होगी, ये actual, ये reality में होता है. Sports has that thing in it, because that camaraderie, that चाहे बिकॉज इट्स एन इंडिविजुअल स्पोर्ट, आप रिप्रेजेंट इंडिया को कर रहे हो, बट आपका मेरे साथ कंपटीशन नहीं है.
Right.
आपकी अपनी एज कैटेगरी, आपकी अपनी वेट कैटेगरी, आप अपनी वेट कैटेगरी में खेल रहे हो, मैं अपनी में कर रही हूँ, तो हम सेम स्पोर्ट रहे हैं, बट ये हमारा इंडिविजुअल स्पोर्ट है. तो आप में और मेरे में कभी कंपटीशन होएगा ही नहीं.
Right.
मेरा कंपटीशन अपनी एज ग्रुप की किसी और कंट्री की लेडी के साथ होगा.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So friendship जो
So,
जाती है.
फ्रेंडशिप से ज्यादा कमाड्री, आई विल से, यू नो दैट व्हेन दे आर कॉम्पीटिंग एट दैट टाइम, अनजान लोग जो आपके साथ टीम में गए हैं, कोई आपको बेल्ट पहना रहा है, कोई आपको ऑयल लगा रहा है, कोई आपको किसी चीज में हेल्प कर रहा है, कोई वो कर रहा है, तो वो जो एक स्पिरिट है ना, वो स्पोर्ट्समैन ही समझ सकता है.
Right.
And that is something which I feel has been a beautiful experience for me. Absolutely. And I wrote about it. Almost every newspaper and magazine published that story. And Women's Era also, and Hindustan Times also. So it was beautiful. Yeah.
Amazing. People say that 40s are the new 20s, but you actually proved it.
See, I don't believe in any such thing. 40s are the new 20s, 50s are the new 20s. जो है वो आज है. वो फेज था, वो भी अलग था. आज का फेज है, आज भी अच्छा है ना. हमारी मम्मी जब थी 40-50 की, वो ऐसी नहीं दिखती थी जैसे हम लोग दिखते हैं, है ना. वो अपने टाइम में सबसे अच्छी लगती होंगी. हम उस टाइम में कैसे लगते थे, अब लोग कहते हैं हम अपनी पुरानी पिक्चर्स देख के हंसते हैं. Why 40s are the new 20s? No, if at 20, if you ask me, I did not even know. I used to eat 9 paranthas in a day. Okay, by the time I used to reach school, by the time it was 2:30 जब स्कूल की छुट्टी होती थी और उसके बाद स्टे बैक होता था, मतलब मैं 9 परांठास ऑलरेडी खा चुकी होती थी, और तब भी मुझे घर आके खाना होता था.
And we used to love achar.
Pranthi and achar, oh my god, this Punjabi food is not, you can't take that out of our DNA. So we were not aware.
Yes.
It was lack of awareness. Why? Because the only source of information was that limited time of TV and the newspapers and the magazines.
Yes.
The access to what we had. So today's time, when you have 24,000 newspapers and you have 24/7 access to information, until and unless you understand what is the right information, it can be too dangerous. Things have changed, so I don't believe in any such hashtag or any such popularity. 40s are the new 20s, or you are shy of your telling your age. No, I'm very glad to say I'm 48 by God's grace. I have a daughter. She's 19. Okay, will be 20 in the next year, and my niece, I've brought them up, and so many children around me, my friends' daughters, Nikki, Chiki, Varsha, Noni. It's been a pleasure bringing them up, and it's not about being the new 20. No, I am 48. मतलब आप जो 20 वाला है, वो 20, उसको 20 वाली चीजें ही नजर आएंगी. Maybe a 20-year-old would on a Saturday evening would want to go out and have fun or go to a pub. If you ask me, I would really want to sit home and watch Kapil Sharma and be in my pajamas. So I don't say 40s is the new 20. I am happy doing what I am doing, and I have no qualms about saying that. Yeah. Just that. As in fitness, you should challenge yourself.
Yes.
I recently attended IHFF, which is the biggest health and fitness fair, which happens twice a year in the country, and it is the networking zone. We place, it's like the Filmfare Awards for India.
Okay.
And it's by Manish Gandhi ji and Sheru Angrish, and it happens in Delhi and Mumbai. So there I met an athlete, Tripat Singh ji, who is 80 years old.
Oh.
And he was doing a challenge of the maximum number of burpees. And he also started very late in life. So it is just about when you start. It's an age-free zone. This is the beauty of fitness. That वो कहते हैं ना, जब जागो तब सवेरा.
Yes.
So this is the beauty, and there is a championship, and there is if you want to get into a competing at a professional level, there is no age limit for that. This is why I love the profession, because it is an age-free profession.
You are an inspiration to so many people out there. I hope they are happy, and they also learn that they can do whatever they want to, no matter what the age.
Yeah.
So most people see the medals. What they don't see are the silent battles. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, definitely. What people see are the medals, and they don't see the battles. It's a very beautifully penned question. I think you're a verbose, being an English teacher. And this is true in not only in my case, I think in every case. We see the glory, we see how lucky you are, but nobody will see the hard work. So if somebody is seeing someone who's maybe very well dressed and out of the house at, let's say, 7 o'clock, they will think that, oh wow, you have all the comfort in life. You don't know what time the person woke up, how much effort has he taken to, whether the household responsibilities or whatever. Everybody has their own set of, privileges and efforts which they have to put in. I've had, and fortunately or unfortunately, I've heard this mostly from women. Okay. So that women support women is only a farce. Okay. And while I was competing or when I got into this profession, it was not easy at all. There was a lot of resistance from almost everyone around me, and rightly so, because being a teacher in one of the most respected and noble profession, and then you are standing in amidst a huge group of bodybuilders whose attire when they are competing is a pair of shorts. So that is not something which was taken easily. And then when you achieve something in that, it is immense hard work. It is immense hard work in every field. But in other fields, when you are tired, you can at least sit and have a good meal. In this, the first control that you have to have is on your food, on your diet. Yeah. And you have to put in a lot of physical hard work,
So from 9 parathas to
one paratha a week. It's not that I did not eat. So that happened in the initial phase when I was training with a group of people who were absolutely illiterate and uneducated, who had no knowledge about fitness at all. Okay. So I was just told to eat 100 grams of dal in the morning and 100 grams of dal in the evening and 2 apples. And by the time I reached World Championship, I was looking like I see even 80-year-old people looking better than what I was looking at that time. I had become completely slender, lean person with only skeleton. And that is after that when I started writing on fitness, reading on fitness. I did lots of courses. I completed naturopathy. I did when I became an on athlete with Optimum Nutrition, they made me do 2 courses one in personal training and one as a brand advocacy with Optimum Nutrition, which is a very limited course given to very, very few people in the world. Okay. And you're taught about the reality of food and fitness. So, and I kind of did naturopathy also. When I did with it, I kind of molded both of them very beautifully together. That is where I discovered the beautiful world of science, of fitness science, how food has the potential to heal almost everything and how the human body was made to heal everything on its own, just with the right kind of food. So the most beautiful relationship is about food and fitness. And that is what, that will be the title of the book that when I write, the relationship between food and fitness and my unlearnings from fitness. Okay. So when I competed for the second time in World Championship in 2015, I was under one of the most educated and the best trainers in the world, Abhinav. He is based in Dubai, and he was giving me online training. Okay. And he would give me online workout schedule also, and online food and diet guidance also. So the complete, the essence of nutrition, how you can eat everything and how portion control and what you are eating with what and how you are pairing is what is the key behind a beautiful physique and the key to good health. Okay. And whenever I say this, I always add, किसी को कोई भी तकलीफ हो सकती है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, ईश्वर ने किसके लिए क्या लिखा है ये हमें भी नहीं पता, राइट? लेकिन हम अपनी तरफ से एफर्ट कर सकते हो, और वो एफर्ट यही है कि आप एफर्ट अपने फूड और फिटनेस में, फूड में चेंजेस का कर सकते हो और फिटनेस अपनी लाइफ में स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, राइट? तो बैटल किसी को भी नहीं नजर आता। जब मैं पावर लिफ्टिंग के लिए कॉम्पीट कर रही थी, मैं ऑलरेडी ऑप्टिमम न्यूट्रिशन के साथ एक ऑन एथलीट थी, सो आई कुड नॉट गेन वेट and I had to develop strength in the same weight because my weight category was 63 M1. Okay. And when you wear that, I was in equipped powerlifting, so the outfit for the dress for that equipped powerlifting is made of that जो आपने देखा होगा जिम बैग्स जिस फैब्रिक के बनते हैं, so to wear that fabric, to wear that to get that costume, it's with shorts and this much sleeve, उसकी फैब्रिक होती है जिसके बैग्स बनते हैं. You need 3 people to help you wear that costume. Okay. So, and you have to apply tapes on your body. वो पूरी की पूरी body में पहले taping होती है, so that can slide. and then a very thin fabric of that slippery pair of tights and that arm bands come. उसको पहनने के बाद दो लोग आपको वो कॉस्ट्यूम पहनाते हैं. Two people have to hold you on the side, and you have to get into that costume and keep on doing cycling. And when that is removed, ऐसे black सारे blood के निशान पड़ जाते थे यहाँ पर.
इतना टाइट होता है वो.
जी, और वो इतना मुश्किल होता है पहनना और वो इतना मुश्किल होता है उतारना. आपको दो लोग साथ में चाहिए, 2-3 लोग उसको पहनाने के लिए, 2-3 लोग चाहिए आपको वो उतारने के लिए, राइट. एंड जब आप उतारते हो तो वो पूरे यहाँ पे ब्लड क्लॉटिंग, इधर पूरा टाइम वो आपके निशान हो जाता है. आई यूज्ड टू क्राई इन दी लेडीज रूम. ओके. एंड इन द इवनिंग देन यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ फैमिली पार्टी, यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ फैमिली डिनर, जहाँ पे आपको यही सुनने को मिल रहा है, आप तो बहुत लक्की हो जी, आप तो बहुत लक्की हो जी.
So you are crying on the inside and but smiling
Yes.
on the outside.
And then you have challenges for yourself. आज आपने इतने, let's say मैंने 90 kg की डेडलिफ्ट किया, अगले हफ्ते मेरे को 100 kg की करनी है, मुझे अपनी स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ानी है, मुझे फूड वो खाना है जिससे मेरा फैट नहीं बढ़े, जिससे मेरा वेट नहीं बढ़े, लेकिन जिससे मेरी स्ट्रेंथ बढ़े. So all these things you learn, is a lot of education which goes into this, and you need proper guidance for this. So thankfully I had a very good trainer, Abhinav, who was guiding me for it, and the people that I was competing with at that time. So, and when you compete, there are people from all over the world who are competing with you, you know, and
Yes.
you get conscious also, you get nervous also. It's an international platform after all. और लेकिन वो जो the battles for everybody who's doing well, you know. I'll add to that the content creators in today's state, जो लोगों को देख के लगता है कि इनके तो मिलियंस में फॉलोवर है, ये तो बड़े लकी हैं, ये तो जी बहुत, इनको तो सब कुछ फ्री में मिल रहा है. आपको पता है वो कितने सालों से ये काम कर रहा है? उसने 10 साल पहले या आज से कितने साल पहले जब इंस्टाग्राम शुरू हुआ होगा या जब ब्लॉगिंग शुरू हुई होगी, उसने तब अपना प्रोफेशन छोड़ के वो काम शुरू किया होगा, राइट. आज उसने अपने आगे ये प्रोफाइल रखी होगी, अपने आगे टीम रखी हुई होगी जिसको उसको पे भी करना है, या अपना सारा टाइम आपको लगाना है. आप तो वहां जाके सिर्फ अपना खाना एंजॉय कर रहे हो. वो सबसे पहले उसको भूख भी लग रही है तो भी वो पहले उस खाने का पूरा कंटेंट बना रहा है और उसके बाद वो सोच रहा है कि मैं वो खाना खा रहा हूँ. So there are no free lunches in life, my friend. You have to put in effort for everything, right? Sadly, the battles, very few people will. Very, very few people. In your life, there will be hardly 2 or 3 people who will understand that this is the battle that you go through. Okay? They will only look at either the medals, otherwise आप बहुत लकी हो, ये सुनने को तो हमेशा तैयार हो गई हो. तो मैंने गुस्से में पहले मैं इरिटेट होती थी. I would get into that victim mode. Oh, I've done this, I've been working hard, I had 15 years teaching career, I did this, I tried this and that. आफ्टर वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम मैंने बोलना शुरू कर दिया, मैं बहुत लकी हूँ जी, मैं तो दुनिया में बहुत ही लकी हूँ. अगर 100 लोगों में किसी एक को मिलना होगा ना, मैं ही हूँ, मैं जाऊंगी, मुझे मिलेगी. पार्किंग में कहीं पे भी नहीं होगी ना, मैं जाऊंगी, मेरी गाड़ी को मिलेगी. मैंने बोलना शुरू कर दिया कि हाँ जी मैं तो बहुत लकी हूँ. मैं अपने घर से उठी, मैं गई, हेलो, मैं आई, मैंने वेट उठाया, हेलो, गोल्ड मेडल मुझे मिल गया और मैं गोल्ड मेडल लेके आऊंगी.
My next question to you was that only, that how did you deal with the judgment? I mean, the world of online content creation is also not very easy. There are so many trolls, you know, who have no business doing what they do, but you know they will come to your profile and write all kind of nonsense.
So you have to feel sad and pity for them that you are their business. It's good, their comment improves my engagement. It's good, but thankfully my powerlifting and lot of work that I have done, considerable work, happened between 2014, between the first World Championship and the Fit India brand ambassadorship, which happened in 2016 till 2018-19, pre-COVID. You know, till that time Instagram was not that popular. We were the Facebook generation, and Facebook was more of a writing portal. Pictures were only supportive. Like Instagram became a photograph portal.
Yes.
Okay, and the video content portal. So thankfully that generation we belong to, where people would read your struggle. So, you know, the magazines, print media, all the questions were asked in detail. Each and everything was covered. So most of the people knew about that, yes, she is a woman of substance and she has put in a lot of hard work to reach where she is today. Okay. And by God's grace, I got the opportunity to work with the most prestigious brands in the world. I was an On athlete, then I became a Universal brand ambassador. Universal is again an international sports nutrition brand. Then with Sportech Solution, and then with Muscle Tech.
Yes.
So all of them have been the best brands in the world. Okay. And because of my writing and my education and my writing skills, I was not merely an athlete. I was always a writer also with the company.
Yes.
So that gave me a lot of recognition. So, when I am given certificates or appreciation letters, or when I go to meet people, brand owners, CEOs, when they tell me that in bringing a change in fitness industry from a nascent stage to making it a recognized, organized, educated industry, you are instrumental. You are one of the 10 most instrumental people in doing that. It gives me a lot of satisfaction. And if I may add, a little pride also.
Yes, you absolutely deserve it.
Yeah.
Hats off to you.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of work, and you are absolutely right when you say that you have brought a lot of prestige to the industry. I mean, initially, especially in fitness industry, there are not that educated people,
Yeah.
like you are. So
There are two sectors to the industry. One is a sector which is completely uneducated and unorganized. And then post-COVID, whether it was the health awareness or it was social media, fitness also became a fad. So you saw all kinds of people, everybody, people in 2-tier cities, 3-tier cities, 1st-tier city, every age group getting into fitness, coming to gym, working out, or adopting a fitness lifestyle. Yet I say that it is only 7% of the whole population. Yeah, but this is a strong urge through your podcast, since you are also doing so brilliantly well, and the podcast is wonderful. I've been watching and how you're covering different topics from astrology to students. I also take pride, like you're saying about me. I also, when I switch on the TV and when I play your podcast, I also tell everybody, see, she was my friend. She's who's interviewing people and who's reaching so many people today. So I would like to take this opportunity to urge to people to inculcate fitness in your life.
So what was harder, lifting 120 kg or lifting yourself out of self-doubt?
Lifting yourself out of self-doubt is a continuous process, and that is much, much, much harder than lifting 120 kgs, because you can prepare, you can work hard, and you will lift 1 kg, and that will be only one moment where you have lifted and you have won. But lifting yourself from self-doubt, it is a non-stop process. And believe me when I say it is really tough. When you hear people have to work on themselves every day, it is an everyday process where you have to work on yourself. And this is what I find is very, very engaging and empowering also. And everybody must do it.
So even today, when you go to the gym, do you and you are lifting those weights, do you tell yourself that, okay, here is Ginny Gogia Chugh, the champion, or do you still have self-doubts?
Okay, so after in 2021, I had a small injury which took about a year to recover, in scapula injury. So I've still not started lifting very heavy. I'm doing fitness, I'm lifting weights, of course, but I'm not lifting as heavy as where I could compete. But I'm slowly and gradually telling myself, that okay, you will be able to reach there. And I give myself small, immediate goals, small targets. So yes, it takes a lot of effort. And again, I'd like to add here, working on yourself, doing so many things that you have to do for yourself, it is really time consuming. So I find it weird when I hear people gossiping or only talking about people and spending their whole life only talking about what others are doing. Because where is the time? Like you working on yourself, and if you have certain goals, reading, educating yourself, it requires so much of effort, so much of planning. आपके पास time होना ही नहीं चाहिए इन सब चीजों के लिए. So, thankfully, I am not into all that, and I distance myself from anybody who tries to do that. And I had certain very recent bitter experiences where I was talking to certain people who only spent time gossiping, backslashing, bad language. You have to really distance yourself from such things, if you want to grow. Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah.
In fact, I was going to ask you that only, that they say that muscles are built when they break.
Yeah.
So what part of you actually had to break to build those muscles?
Oh, well, we all are broken. We are, हर किसी के पीछे एक कहानी है, हर किसी के पीछे एक कहीं ना कहीं एक स्ट्रगल है, हर किसी के पीछे है। वो चाहे एक हाउसवाइफ हो, चाहे एक वर्किंग पर्सन हो, चाहे एक, हर कोई खुद को खड़ा करने के लिए ना अपने आप से खुद लड़ रहा है। एक एग्जिस्टेंशियल क्राइसिस से सब लोग गुजर रहे हैं। And then to put up a brave front and go. So everybody has to choose their own sin, everybody has to choose their own outlet, and everybody has to choose themselves, has to learn to choose themselves. Because give up ना करना ही एक बहुत बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ है। और जो रोज अपने लिए कर रहे हैं, रोज अपने आप को उठा रहे हैं, क्योंकि आपको बाहर से उठाने के लिए कोई नहीं आएगा। हम बहुत समय तक इस भ्रम में जीते हैं that somebody else will become our savior, you know, that Cinderella factor, that somebody else will come. When you realize that no one is coming, baby, you have to lift yourself. You have to, whether you have to lift weight or you have to lift yourself, you have to do it for yourself. So we are, this is the truth about today.
Like they say in that famous poem that Draupadi Shastra uthalo, ab Govind na aayenge. So that's your message to our listeners also.
Yes, bilkul.
So from being a brand ambassador to becoming a brand yourself,
Wow.
how has been the journey?
And
And how did it happen?
Yes, so you know, this I feel, I think my eyes light up whenever I get this question, that from starting as a competing athlete, you know, standing in those lines with where you're just going to give your weight and standing and waiting for your lift to happen or to go on the stage, to then being part of the federations and to then organizing championships and now being a panelist and a brand ambassador. When you're on the other side of the table, I feel I've been fortunate enough to see it all. So I will still say that I'm learning. There's much, much, much yet to do. But when I hear this, that you are a brand yourself, it definitely humbles me much more. But and I still fight self-doubt every day. I tell to a few close people that I'm very close to, I tell them that that the day I am out of this self-doubt, that day you will see my channel and my website has started. That will day I say that yes, I am here. Because you know, I've realized over the years that fitness is something which is which is a part of me. But writing and expression, speaking, these are two things with fitness. So if I say what defines you, I tell myself that standing in a sports bra and like in a fitness outfit, lifting weights and saying poetry, this is where I see is the ideal me. that is where I identify myself.
Lovely. And I love the message that you have given, that choose yourself always. So whenever you are having self-doubt, always choose yourself. Don't let others' judgment define you. It's what you think of yourself that is more important. So what was your first viral moment when your phone just wouldn't stop buzzing?
All right. So 2 viral moments in my life. First was when on one Sunday in the month of March, when I woke up, HT Brunch had published, you know, that interview about World Championship, and my story and my photograph was there, that Jeannie Gogia Chugh started competing and represented India. And the same day, The Week magazine had published a 4-page story on World Championships and physique sport with a 2-page coverage of my photograph. So you open the magazine and on the center stage, there were 2 pages with my photograph and, you know, lifting a barbell with eyes looking upwards. And the eyes had only one definition: hope. So that I feel are the viral moments, and I will never forget that. And overnight, I honestly personally feel that overnight I had become somebody.
A celebrity.
If you may call that. A known, recognized face in the fitness world. And other than, because that time newspaper reading and magazine reading was something which really defined you. So every house had in Sun Times. So, you know, I think I purchased as many copies of that brunch, as many as possible. And I still have a whole pile of them. And The Week magazine also.
So
That I will say was a
so how
changing
did it
moment.
feel, when people started recognizing you and you became, as you put it, something?
So, the transition from the field of education to fitness was not a very happy one. Firstly, because of the acceptability. Secondly, the workout which I was doing with that uneducated group, and it was very, very brutal. That phase was not very happy for me, because when you're training with illiterate people who are very high on narcissism, it impacts you personally a lot. And balancing family, because I was married, my daughter, I'm in a joint family, and a lot of pressure of family and relatives and this and that. The transition from that phase to what was I doing, that you are from an educated and respected field से आप एक अनपढ़ और अखाड़े वाले लोगों के बीच में चले गए हो, क्योंकि रिकॉग्निशन नहीं थी, किसी को पता नहीं था आप क्या कर रहे हो, फिजिक्स स्पोर्ट्स पॉपुलर नहीं था. That, although we say we don't seek any validation, but that kind of the interviews on those national newspapers and national magazines gave me a acceptability, a validation, and a respectability which was immense, which I still have a lot of gratitude even to the interviewers who asked me that, to Veenu Singh ma'am, and to everybody who was there, who interviewed and published my story, because that changed the perception of the whole world towards me. And it really felt that, thank God.
Yes, something like that happened.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, the perception of people changed. Oh, wow, we are so proud of you. From disgrace, you have brought disgrace to
the family.
So, and now you are, when आपने वो meme पढ़ा होगा Instagram पे, first they ask you why, then they ask you how. And so wherever I'm going, all Facebook had just become popular, and newspapers में आ रही थी story. So if I would be sitting at a restaurant, if the owner was reading HT Brunch, they would just send, we are proud of you. They would just send a dessert, or they would not charge, or they would just, send me an appreciation, something. The GM of a hotel would come to meet me if I was dining with my family there, me and my husband and my daughter. So that was that time content creation and Instagram nahi tha. So, we were the few people at that time who were gaining popularity, and the right kind of popularity through social media. So that was obviously a very, very wonderful phase. That was something which was really amazing. And I was chosen as an on athlete and a Fit India brand ambassador. And I was featured in, again, so many newspapers and magazines, and lots of times in Hindustan Times as a woman of substance, talking about fitness and so on and so forth. So that gave me a sense of, कहते हैं ना कि हमें महत्वाकांक्षाएं दुनिया से ज्यादा पहले अपने आप से होती हैं. तो मुझे तब लगता था कि जो खुद से मैंने महत्वाकांक्षाएं रखी हुई हैं, शायद उनके मैं नजदीक धीरे धीरे पहुंच गई.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. May you reach more heights. Our best wishes to you. Now, talking about social media, has it really helped you grow, or has it kind of boxed you in an image?
So I will definitely say that it has helped me grow. It has given me immense reach, the terminology, if I could use, of the
Absolutely,
post-COVID world, that it has given me a lot of reach, but and it has given me a lot of respectability से ज़्यादा popularity. Okay, respectability आपको आपके नाम से, आपके काम से आती है, right? So I am a triple postgraduate by education. I have almost 7 to 8 degrees, courses in fitness and naturopathy and so many other things. And I have 4 gold medals in Commonwealth, 4 in nationals, and a lot of titles. So that is what I call an achiever. So if somebody tells me, are you an influencer? With due respect to all the influencers, I am an achiever. I have not become an influencer only because of the number of followers.
Yes.
I am an achiever. So recently my team only changed my bio on Instagram saying that an achiever who creates impact and who influences. So brands associate with me for who I am and the work that I have done. Okay. I am not associated only because of the number of followers or because of the reach, or maybe because my account reach is 200K or maybe reaching so many accounts and so many reels have become viral or millions and this and that. No.
You have almost 100,000 followers. Right?
No, only not 100K till now. They are still stuck, and it will take time. And I mostly laugh out when I meet some publisher, or if I meet anybody from my author friends. I just tell them, बस जिस दिन एक बॉलीवुड की एड में आए गाने में मैं आ गई ना, उस दिन आप मेरी किताब भी छापोगे, उस दिन वो सब कुछ हो जाएगा जो अभी I am going to be the same, as I again say, I am still the same what I was, right?
Yes.
But to become viral or to become that popularity, but that thing counts.
Yes.
So I will say that it has helped me.
Yeah.
But the certain brands are now handled by the teams who have no idea about what your qualifications are, how does your how your achievements matter, and who you are as a person. So their immediate replies would be, हमें 100K से ऊपर चाहिए, हमें 200K चाहिए, हमें ये चाहिए. तो I am thankfully not into that race at all. I honestly say I don't even want to collaborate with brands who don't understand what value I bring to the brand. You're not competing with somebody who simply has followers. You're competing with somebody who's a Commonwealth gold medalist, who has represented India 4 times on the international platform, who has been featured in magazines and newspapers, and who has written immensely, and who has the capacity to build up and add value to your brand.
Yeah.
Right? It's not only merely the number of followers or account reach. Right?
Yeah.
A few reels of mine have been viral, and they are the reels which I'm honestly not even very proud of. I've not even pinned them on my profile. Okay. So there are both the things, but then constructive popularity with the right kind of audience. So there are certain pages that I follow which inspire me also, like in travel, Bruised Passports. They have built up an audience which is an educated audience, which is a learned and which is a evolving audience, which is not there simply to troll you. और आप मैक्सिमम देखेंगे जो बॉक्स में मैं इसलिए भी नहीं जा सकती क्योंकि जो मैक्सिमम आपको ट्रोल कर रहे होते हैं ना, वो 0 फॉलोअर वाले ही लोग होते हैं, जिनका सिर्फ एक अकाउंट है, जिनको सिर्फ टाइम पास ही करना है. तो उनसे मुझे आज भी 100, अगर मैं Q&A करती हूँ संडे का, तो उसमें 30 क्वेश्चंस फिटनेस के होंगे, 30 पर्सनल क्वेश्चंस होंगे और 40 क्वेश्चंस होंगे. आप बहुत सुंदर हो, आप स्वर्ग की अप्सरा हो, आप मुझसे शादी करोगी, क्या आप सिंगल हो, क्या आप मेरे साथ, और उल्टी सीधी बातें. और उसके बाद कुछ ट्रोलिंग आ जाएंगी, तुम अपने आप को बहुत समझती हो, तुम बहुत लकी हो, मैं तुम्हें जानता हूँ, तुम ये तुम वो, तुम बाल खोल के पता नहीं क्या शो करना चाहती हो. अरे भाई मेरे बाल है, मैं खोल के क्या शो करना चाहूंगी, मतलब. तो मैं, और मेरा जवाब यही होता है, 0 फॉलोअर और 0 पोस्ट वाले बॉट, पहले तुम अपनी आइडेंटिटी तो अपने आप को जागरूक करके अपने आप को तो पहचान लो, फिर देखना सामने वाले के बाल खुले हुए की बात है. ठीक है. और मैं पहले, मतलब बहुत कम होता है कि मैं इरिटेट होती हूँ, टचवुड में इरिटेट नहीं होती.
जी जी.
और मैं ना फिर उन्हीं बॉट्स को जवाब देती हूँ कि तुम अपने आप को समझती हो कुछ. हाँ मैं समझती हूँ. तुम जिम ड्रामा करने के लिए जाती हूँ. मैं कहती हूँ हाँ ड्रामा करने के लिए जाती हूँ, आपके पास ऑप्शन है मुझे ब्लॉक करने का, प्लीज ब्लॉक कर दो ना. मैंने तो आपको नहीं बोला प्लीज उठो, प्लीज मेरा इंस्टाग्राम देखो, प्लीज करो. राइट. आपके पास ऑप्शन है मुझे ब्लॉक करने का, आप कर दीजिए, खत्म बात. मैंने आपको नहीं प्रार्थना करी है कि प्लीज मुझे आप फॉलो करिए मेरे को. नो. If you like me or if you like my content, you will follow. Otherwise, there are, how many you can check on Instagram, the number of users. There are so many. Please follow somebody else. So it's been both, but then in the end, it's going to be only between you and your work.
Yes.
And your work and the content that you create. Social media is a portal. So, suppose if I was still a teacher, or when I was a teacher, मैं स्कूल पहुंचते ही अपनी फोटोग्राफी डाल देती थी कि ओ हेलो आई एम एट स्कूल, और आज मैं टेंसेस पढ़ाने जा रही हूँ, या आज मैं जेरेंड्स और सुपरलेटिव पढ़ा रही हूँ. नो. या आज मैं O2 वेस्टविंड पढ़ा रही हूँ. नो. Social media, fortunately or unfortunately, has become a way of working. For me, Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook are the tools of showcasing my work.
Yes.
So my writing work, I work for a lot of international brands, which I get through LinkedIn, where I write genuine content, which is non-AI, non-ChatGPT, original, unplagiarized content for which I am, where I make my name, where I make my money, when I read those websites, when I read my articles, when I read those newspapers, or when you Google my name, then the articles written on me or about me is somewhere where I find my satisfaction, my respect, and my, gratification, I'll say. But LinkedIn and social media is a tool. 1 month, if I don't put up the reels or if I don't create content, the brands for which marketing tool is Instagram, there comes a disparity between the work.
Yes.
So we have to very carefully understand why work is used for and what work portal is used for it.
Yes.
So I look at it that way.
Amazing, amazing. I know it's not easy to be a social media personality, but you have managed it very well, and I wish you lots of success.
Thank you.
So, if you could sit your 30-year-old self down and whisper one truth in the ear, what would it be?
So sometimes I want to cry, sometimes I want to yell. Sometimes there are stories that I really want to tell. But alas, there is no place to express. And I have promised myself not to depress. So, जिंदगी की ऐसी कई बातें होती हैं जो हम बहुत सारे लोगों से ना नहीं शेयर करना चाहते हैं, और कई ऐसी बातें होती हैं जो हम खुद से भी नहीं शेयर करना चाहते हैं. सो आई थिंक जिस एज ग्रुप में अब मैं हूँ, आई एम 48, सो गॉड नोज हाउ मेनी मोर इयर्स आर देयर. सो certain, thankfully, there are only 1 or 2 things which I'm not very proud of, which I have done. But most of the times I've tried being, I've tried to keep my conscience clear. क्योंकि in the end जब आप अपने आप को देखते हो, तो आप जिस दिन अपने आप से नजरें चुराना शुरू कर दोगे ना, आपको उस दिन आप खत्म हो जाओगे. तो ये आपके जो आइडियल्स होते हैं, जो कुछ जो आपको किस्मत से मिले, कुछ जो आपने कर्तव्य में हैं आपके, वो है. लेकिन मैं हमेशा किसी को अगर मुझसे कोई दिल से पूछे कि आप अपनी बेटी को क्या राय देना चाहोगे, कि अपने बच्चे को क्या बताना चाहोगे, सो ओनली 2 things. Number 1, never ever take wrong from anyone in the world. The person might mean anything to you in the world. Never ever take wrong. And number 2, always have courage. When you will have courage, you can't even imagine the way God and universe will give you the strength and pave the way for you. And this is something when I tell people, I have a major part of my life I don't share because I don't want to share it. But when the change came in life, I actually felt that God has lifted me, like a flower in the hand, and showered me, removed all the filth and dirt and everything around me, and paved a beautiful path where you start believing that there is only and only room for abundance, there is room for self-belief, there is room for positivity. There is no room for negativity, rivalry, anger. And that is when you will realize forgiveness and everything will come, because so many things which have not gone in your favor, they were always paving your path. But people say आपको भूल जाना चाहिए, आपको नहीं भूलना चाहिए. Don't repeat the lesson. Take the lesson and move on. Because if you repeat your learning, if you don't take the learning, the lesson will be repeated in different forms. This is what I have learned in a very, 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 very hard way. And how much ever positivity की हम बात करें, हम जितनी मर्जी strength and abundance and manifestation की बात करें, आज भी कोई दिन ऐसा नहीं जाता कि जब कुछ सेकंड के लिए मुझे वो सारा पास्ट याद नहीं आता. बस फर्क ये है कि पहले बहुत बहुत दिन उसमें मैं निकाल दिया करती थी, फिर कुछ बहुत घंटे, फिर कुछ बहुत कुछ क्षण, अब कुछ बहुत, अब मिनिस्क्यूल ऑफ सेकंड. बट अभी भी उतनी स्ट्रांग नहीं हुई हूँ कि मुझे वो मिनिस्क्यूल ऑफ सेकंड भी याद ना. बट आई रियली होप कि मैं ट्रूली evolve उस दिन हो पाऊंगी when I stop giving those.
Many women feel that they have missed the bus if they have not found their passion till the 30s. So you broke many stereotypes by reinventing yourself, in your early 40s, I would say, not late 30s.
Late 30s, 37.
Yeah, late 30s.
Yeah.
So what would you like to say to them?
Have you seen the movie Shawshank Redemption?
I have. My
Yeah.
favorite.
And you have studied literature, so you have read the story. You have read the poem of the Phoenix also,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I strongly believe in the story of Phoenix. You have to keep reinventing yourself. You have to, and actually, there is no age for passion. And if you think that you are discovering your passion, suppose I discovered my passion, let's say at 37, and I discovered that fitness is my calling. I have two options. Either I waste my time thinking that, okay, let me not follow it because God knows how long I have to live. And 37 years तो निकल गए. And the second option is, चलो 37 निकल गए. जितनी भी आगे लाइफ लिखी है भगवान ने, कम से कम उतनी में तो कर लो. And things will happen only when they have to happen.
Yes.
Obama became the president at 40. Trump became at 70. Right?
Yes.
So everybody, God has, in his own calculation and in his own mind, written everybody's destiny in his own way.
Yeah.
किसी को किस वक्त पे क्या मिलना है ये उसे ने डिसाइड किया है, राइट? और जिस दिन हम इस चीज को एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं ना, हम अपने आप से भी लड़ना बंद कर देते हैं. छोटी छोटी चीजें, यू नो, सपोज यू वांट टू वेयर अ पिंक साड़ी टुडे, and while wearing a pink sari, maybe it got torn off, or maybe you wanted to give it for ironing and the
It got
guy is
burned.
not there, it didn't come, so you wore another sari. So life will never go as per your plans, and that is the best that you learn. That when you, for me, whenever I have planned, it's gone haywire, it's been the worst, sabotaged. So let life plan for you and you go with the flow. When you try and imbibe this in your tiniest of things, slowly and gradually, in everything, if you see there is some other force which is planning it, you will let go and you will surrender. That is when you will see, you will actually start living and enjoying life. कई लोग इसको मेरी वीकनेस भी बोलते हैं कि तुम खुद कुछ प्लान ही नहीं करना चाहते हो, तुम खुद कुछ करना ही नहीं चाहते हो. तो आई जस्ट से, जिसने हजारों करोड़ों जैसे दुनिया बनाई है, मतलब उसने कहीं ना कहीं मुझको बनाया, तो वो प्लान कर ही रहा होगा ना. मतलब मैं क्यों अपना माइंड लगाऊं कि मुझको प्लान करना है. आई विल यूज माई माइंड इन डूइंग समथिंग एल्स, इन व्हाट आई वांट टू डू विद माई टाइम, व्हाट आई वांट टू, यू नो, with what I want to read, where I want to spend my time, what I want to watch, what kind of information I want to get. I love watching documentaries. I love watching knowledge exchange. Is my passion. I love to have meaningful conversations where I can learn something. And there's so much to discuss and so much to learn and imbibe and then practice it in your life, you know, and giving that regimen to yourself of fitness, of self-care, of holistic living. Where is the time to, you know, to do anything else?
So, any fitness mantra for women over 40 if they are watching this?
So not only for women over 40, for everybody, and especially if when you are aging, women over 40, you have to start fitness in your life. Even if you're working, if you're not working, if you are in, you have a lot of stress of your job, you can't take out time at all for your gym, or you don't want to go to the gym, start with a basic 20-minute home workout series.
Okay.
You could follow anybody. Very soon I'll also be on YouTube, and my task is going to be to help you start to begin your journey. So start with a basic 20-minute workout schedule with body weight exercises. You know, your planks, your push-ups, your yoga poses, and 10 minutes of breath work. And start eliminating. Okay, eliminating the things which you know are not good
Okay.
for yourself, which आपको पता है कि health wise अच्छी नहीं है. Start adopting that. Overnight ना कोई change करेगा, overnight कोई change लेके आ भी नहीं सकता.
जी जी.
ठीक है,
Right.
उसको धीरे धीरे फॉलो करो. डेली एक चीज करो कि ठीक है, आज से मैंने गर्म पानी शुरू किया, कल मैंने 5 कप चाय की बजाय 4 कप पिया. Slowly and gradually you do this, and when you follow this, you will find a healthier you. आपको खुद के लिए बहुत अच्छा लगना शुरू हो जाएगा, और ये फीलिंग किसी भी और चीज से नहीं आ सकती.
So, do you still count calories?
Okay, yeah. So this question was asked by her team. She has a brilliant team. And she's just using that question. Okay, so kudos to the person who asked. Okay, I am not counting my calories now at all. I just am very watchful of what I eat. I eat almost everything, but yeah, there are 3 things that I always avoid, which is fried, maida, and meetha. Okay, So when I say meetha, it's not that I am completely, of course, sugar is not good. It's a proven scientific fact. So there are jaggery sweetened things. There are a lot of things like, peanut butter, chocolates, all kind of sweets which are natural sweet, where they have fruit, with fructose, it is there. Some yogurt bowls with sweeteners, fruit sweeteners, natural sweeteners.
Okay.
And I tried doing that. If you have to choose a sin, then yes, wine and the cakes like banana cake and all that, the cakes without the cream, the brownie types, those are my favorites. And maida, I try my best to avoid. But yes, I do have pizza once a while. And fried, I try my best as much as possible to avoid. So, you follow these three. मेरे Instagram पे अभी recently जब हमने मेरे को change करना था कुछ, तो I discussed with my team and we had a brainstorming thing. So I've seen some of the people in this Gen Z are really, purposeful and very intelligent. So after having a long discussion with who I am as a personality, we started with three things in my life. Choose calm over chaos.
Okay.
Eliminate and elevate.
अरे वाह.
So you eliminate and elevate. आपने 4 गलत चीजों में से 3 को छोड़ दिया और 1 को खाया. आपने 3 छोड़ को eliminate किया ना.
जी.
अब आप आज मुझे बोलो कि आपने बाहर खाना खाना है, जो 5 चीजें आएंगी उनमें से जो सबसे कम नुकसान देने वाली होगी ना, उसी को खाओ.
Okay.
ठीक है. And there will be obviously there's a reason. And unlearning. The most beautiful thing and the only way to grow in life is unlearning. मैंने ये सोचा होता कि मैंने 15 साल उस करियर को दे दिए. मैंने MA किया, M.Ed किया, BA किया, इंग्लिश ऑनर्स किया, B.Ed, M.Ed, B.Ed किया. मैं 15 साल इसमें मैं अब प्रिंसिपल बन जाती, मैं ये कर लेती, मैं वो कर लेती. मैं आगे लाइफ में बढ़ ही नहीं सकती थी. राइट.
Yes.
जो आपने किया, आपने उसकी लर्निंग ली. अब जब तक आप वो नहीं आप उसको सीखना नहीं छोड़ोगे, आप नहीं बढ़ सकते आगे. So these are the 3 learnings which I really follow. Unlearning, eliminate and elevate, and choose calm over chaos. Make this a principle in your life. And for food, just follow this. Need over greed. If I'm eating this, इसका मुझे भूख है, मुझे जरूरत है, या सिर्फ मुझे लालच है, इसको आप 10% भी फॉलो करना शुरू कर दोगे ना, आप अपनी लाइफ में हेल्दीली चेंज देखो.
That's so important, when
Yes.
good food comes before us, we become greedy.
Yeah.
मन करता है ना थोड़ी सी एक जलेबी और खा लूं.
बस. और वो जब उम्र बढ़ेगी ना, तो यंग टाइम में तो लगेगा कि मजा आ गया.
Yes.
जब 45 प्लस में आप होगे, और विमेन स्पेशली जब 45 प्लस में मेनोपॉज और पेरीमेनोपॉज आ जाएगा, तो वो एक फालतू खाया हुआ पकौड़ा और एक फालतू खाई हुई जलेबी आपको डाइजेस्टिव इशू भी दे देगी, और फिर जो मजा है वो सजा में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. तो मैं अब आई एम वेरी फॉन्ड ऑफ वाइन, and I have it very often, almost twice a week when we are out also, or even at home. And I know where I have to stop. So I tell my daughter, मुझे कल का वर्कआउट, कल की सुबह, कल का पूरा दिन हैंगओवर में नहीं बिताना है. I don't want to waste. मुझे मजा को सजा में नहीं बदलना. तो I have now learnt my limit. Okay. And I personally feel जब आपकी हेल्थ वाइज आप जब परेशान होते हो ना, आपको उस टाइम कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं लगता. सो जितनी ज्यादा हम केयर कर सकें अपनी,
Yes.
उतना बेटर है. एंड स्पेशली व्हेन यू आर एजिंग.
So, I mean, that was my next question to you, that you look stronger, you look younger, you're glowing. So what's your anti-aging mantra?
So my first anti-aging mantra is obviously fitness. Second is, I think, meditation, and I follow chanting like a ritual for hours and hours and hours. So most of the people, you will say, have their their AirPods and all with songs. So मेरे में हमेशा ही मंत्र चल रहे होते हैं, और हमेशा ही नॉन स्टॉप आई कीप चैंटिंग मंत्रास. Thirdly,
any particular mantra?
I begin with Om Namo Shivaya. Then I am a strong believer of Shakti Peeth, so Kamakhya Mata, Baglamukhi Mata, और कर्पूर गौरव शिव, और दुर्गा के मंत्र सारे बहुत ज्यादा, और काल भैरव का. ये 5 मंत्र हैं जो मैं बहुत रेगुलर बोलती रहती हूँ. तो और मेरे YouTube पे भी सारा इनकी स्टोरीज, और मतलब मुझे इंटरेस्ट है बहुत ज्यादा इनमें. Other than documentaries, I'm only listening to all these things. And thirdly, I think natural care.
Okay.
So स्किन केयर आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा आ गया है एंड मैं नेचुरल DIY में बहुत ज़्यादा बिलीव करती हूँ एंड एज ऑफ नाउ मैं नॉन इन्वेजिव में बिलीव करती हूँ. तो मैंने हाइड्रा फेशियल बहुत रेगुलर कराती हूँ एस्थेटिशियन से, बट अदर देन दैट नेचुरल केयर बहुत ज़्यादा. हनी, योगर्ट, कर्ड, हनी एंड बेसन मिक्स, एक होममेड स्क्रब है मेरा जिसके अंदर ओट्स, ओट बान, बेसन, खादी के 3-4 वो नीम और वो मुल्तानी मिट्टी अकॉर्डिंग टू माई स्किन टाइप 5-6 उसके मिक्स करके वो इतना बड़ा बॉक्स मेरे पास हमेशा रहता है बाथरूम में. एंड वेन एवर द मिनट आई वेक अप, सो while doing my prayers or everything, the minute I get up, after that वो थोड़ा सा लेके उसको लगा लिया, फिर उसके बाद कभी हनी लगा लिया, कभी कर्ड लगा लिया एंड मिनिमल मेकअप.
Okay.
That is something I feel has really helped me. So lot of DIY. आजकल राइस फ्लोर का बहुत ज्यादा पॉपुलैरिटी हो गई है. ये बहुत साल पहले जब मैं स्कूल जॉब में थी तो मुझे किसी ने बताया था. तो दैट टाइम से फिर राइस फ्लोर भी बहुत रेगुलर आता है. तो राइस फ्लोर में ओट बान मिक्स किया एंड आई अप्लाई दैट. So I think that helps. Plus genetics. If you look at my sister, she's 2 years elder to me. Her face is just like a college-going girl. It's very innocent and very, very young face. So maybe genetics also. But
You are very pretty. So what's one myth about fitness that you want to break once and for all?
Okay, so only and only food and exercise can help you become fit. And the byproduct of fitness is that you look young and you look good. All right. But everybody has a unique requirement. Your body is different. My body is different. Our blood, blood.
Blood type may be different.
Blood type, everything that we have is different. किसी में कोई vitamin किसी को चाहिए, किसी को किसी चीज की कमी है. So don't follow anything and everything on Instagram at all. It shocks me when I look at Instagram and I have these people who are saying, who will just look at, okay, skin, and they will say, you DM me, okay, that you have to eat this, and there are 14K comments on that. How can you tell somebody to have a medicine, vitamin C, vitamin E, fish oil, any of such supplements also you should take under the guidance of a qualified, recognized sports nutritionist. मेडिसिन आपको कोई डॉक्टर बोलेगा कि आपको सिर दर्द है, आप उस टाइम पेट दर्द की दवाई खा लोगे? नहीं, राइट? कोई मैजिक पिल नहीं होने वाली आपको पतला करने के लिए, कोई मैजिक पिल नहीं होने वाली आपको आपके बालों को इंप्रूव करने के लिए. सप्लीमेंट्स आर सप्लीमेंट्स, दे विल add to what you are doing. The change is going to come only and only from doing exercise and your food, being watchful of what you eat. Yeah, so I kind of don't understand, that how people can just blindly follow people on socials, and even the people who are advocating or advising this, आप डॉक्टर की प्रिस्क्रिप्शन के बिना आप एक टैबलेट भी नहीं खा सकते. एंड सिमिलरली स्पोर्ट्स न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट की प्रिस्क्रिप्शन के बिना या उसकी एडवाइस के बिना आपको सप्लीमेंट्स वगैरह भी नहीं लेने चाहिए. आपको कोई एक जस्ट बिकॉज अ पर्सन इज फेमस और पॉपुलर, वो आपको इंस्टाग्राम पे बता रहा है कि इस स्किन के लिए आप ये टैबलेट्स खा लीजिए, आप इस अंडर आइज को हटाने के लिए ये खा लीजिए. हाउ डू यू नो दैट इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू प्ले हैवॉक विद योर हेल्थ? So this is something which I just don't advocate. I just do not approve of it. And God knows how people can even do that. I mean, don't they question their conscience? It's just not right. And उसमें 14,000 में देखती हूँ replies होते हैं, send me link, और influence definitely होता है because, either the video quality is good or the picture is good or you see people are following that. But if you start blindly following everything, it is going to play havoc with your health.
And you don't even know whether a person has put their real picture or is it because of the filters? Is it because of the filters?
Of course,
And they are making money. I mean, they are giving you link. And
see, eventually everybody, if they are doing it for work purpose, either it is through affiliate marketing or it is through popularity, somebody is monetizing it. So there's nothing wrong in that. Okay. If I start doing, let's say if I start my podcast or if I start my YouTube channel, even I would want to monetize it. But I would tell that, okay, this is my body type, this is my skin type, this is my blood group, this is my blood profile, and these are the supplements which if मेरा vitamin D कम है अगर तो मैं vitamin D ले रही हूँ. जिसका vitamin D ठीक है उसको मैं vitamin D लेने को क्यों बोलूँ?
Exactly.
Right. And who am I and why should I play? How can you just build your castle builds on somebody's, ruins? It's not something which I personally advocate or advise anybody to do it. So even for skincare and all, until unless you know your skin type, if you want to try a product, it is well and good. Just somebody, हो सकता है आपको राइस या रोटी खाने से वो असर ना पड़े, हो सकता है कोई ग्लूटेन किसी को एलर्जी और वो उसको मैं बोलूँ आपको जी रोटी रोज खानी चाहिए. मैं सैलेड्स वगैरह में बहुत ज्यादा एडवोकेट करती थी कि नहीं, यू शुड ईट लॉट ऑफ सैलेड्स एंड आई ईट लीव्स एवरी डे. द मिनट मेरा पेरीमेनोपॉज स्टार्ट हुआ, I was taking diet by Manya Kaur. Okay, Diet Bite by Manya Kaur. She's a qualified nutritionist. The first thing she told me was कि मैम आपको cruciferous vegetables नहीं खानी है. And you have to stop eating salad leaves. जो आप इतने ज्यादा खा रहे हो इससे आपका पेरीमेनोपॉज में आपको ज्यादा मुश्किल हो रही है. हॉट फ्लैशेस ज्यादा आ रहे हैं. ट्राई इस क्वांटिटी को अपना कम करो. So it is very very personalized. Treat your health and fitness on priority just like you treat your medical on priority.
Yes.
Okay, and similarly for skincare also, कुछ products बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं और same product हो सकता है आप पे ना सूट करे, हो सकता है किसी और पे बहुत wonders कर दे. So
people need to really take care of it. Now let's have some fun questions. Are you ready for a quick rapid fire?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Fine.
the first one.
Good.
One lift that you will never forget.
Deadlift.
Yes. Okay, maybe DM from a celebrity you never expected.
Many, touch wood, by God's grace, many follow backs. Adil Hussain ji, who's an actor, Milind Gadokar, who's a director, and lots of them I got, which was an appreciation message, and Gul Panag, lot of them, touch wood, lot of them.
Okay, a cheat meal that you secretly love.
Namak mirch ki roti with lots of makhan and a bread. And a brioche bread, which is dripping in butter and cheese.
Okay. Fitness myths that you hate.
That you will not
Recommend to anyone.
Fitness myths that I hate. That supplements will kill you.
Okay. A fitness tip that sounds fake but works.
Fitness tip that sounds fake but works. Only diet and exercise and will help you. Always. Truth.
Yes. Last time you cried. I think I'll not ask that one. Yeah.
No, I would like to answer that. I'll take that.
Okay.
According to my daughter, there is a never बंद होने वाली टंकी जिसको flow normal है, and I will start crying at the drop of the hat. I will start crying at any song. I will start crying at any TV series. If today I remember what happened 30 years back, I will start crying thinking about that. If I say hello to somebody and that person does not reply, I will not think that that person is busy or he did not see me. उसने मुझे बाय नहीं बोला आज, मुझे कोई प्यार नहीं करता, दुनिया में मेरे को कोई वो नहीं है यहाँ, इसीलिए मैं कुछ
Okay, your life in 3 words.
Unlearning, not giving up, hope.
Thank you so much. It has been so amazing. So amazing. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much. You are doing as amazing as ever. And I wish you all the success. And I wish your podcast series to grow and reach millions, because you are doing really good and substantial work. Thank you.
Thank you. She didn't just lift weights. She lifted herself through doubt, through change, through age, through judgment. Ginny Gogyak Chugh showed us that strength isn't about muscles, but mindset. If you are over 40 and wondering if it's too late, let this be your wake-up call. It's not. It never is. And if this episode moved you, inspired you, or made you rethink what's possible, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave us a review and remember the only limits that ever exist are that of your own making. So until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and keep rewriting your story one rep at a time, one word, one day at a time.